Andy. Good morning and welcome to day 2 of the Road Transport Show at Amsterdam. I'm Brian Weatherley. I'm bringing you the very best of the Amsterdam show on RTTV with my co-presenter, CM editor Andy Salter. Brought to you in association with Chevron Global Lubricants. So Andy, what are we going to see on day 2?
Well, I think this morning, Brian, I'm going to focus on the vans. There's some fantastic new product from Sevel, lovely little compact van, so I'm looking forward to going and having a look at that just now.
So having come back from the future, we're going to come right up to the present.
Absolutely, right to the very present. It's been launched here today. It's a world premiere. We've got Citroen Nemo, Peugeot Bipper and the Fiat Fiorino. I didn't make the names up. A Fiat Fiorino, that completes the Sevel range. That's where we'll go to next.
So let's hit the halls.
2 years ago, this was a company fighting for its very survival. And here we are in 2007. It's one of the star attractions at an international commercial vehicle exhibition. It's really been an eventful 24 months. Now owned by Russian Gaz International, there's new products. And here, the MX100 is a concept vehicle looking at a new 6 to 7 ton sector for the company. Earlier on, I caught up with Chairman and Chief Executive Officer Martin Leach. Find out what this concept's all about. Martin, we're here in the MX100. It's a 6 to 7 ton concept vehicle. Tell us a little bit about the thinking behind this vehicle.
Well, when we first brought LDV and Gaz together, one of the concepts was to be able to leverage the scale of Gaz. And here we've got this new concept vehicle, which is based on the technology from the Valdai, which is a product already sold in Russia. Sold very well in Russia. What we've done is we've mated that with the latest technology from Maxus to be able to produce a vehicle which could be sold in the European market. And so we built this concept to really test out that proposition here at Riot.
Right, and it's certainly attracting the crowds. I've been people plenty of admiring looks. Tell us a little bit more about what you're planning with Gaz International and the rollout, specifically around commercial vehicles.
Well, we saw that LDV was a subscale business, but it had great technology, great new product, Maxus. We formed Gaz International to be able to bring LDV into the broader Gaz group, to be able to form one of the world's leading light commercial vehicle manufacturers. And part of that is a development of a sales network throughout Europe, and indeed after that throughout the rest of the world, to make Gaz a truly global competitor.
Fantastic.
There's an old journalistic expression that says, if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it probably is a duck. So what are we to make of this magnificent machine? It's got an Iveco badge on the front. It's got an Iveco cab behind. It's called the Strator, but it's like an Iveco you've never seen before. And to tell me all about it is Yves van der Meer from Truckstyle magazine.
Well, what you see here is the Strator. It is the only bonneted truck in Europe on the market at the moment. And it's the result of the Shell Fiat Group, who built this truck for a customer, Mr. Martens. He saw one on the calendar. It's an Australian truck. It's the Power Star, but it's not for sale in Europe. So it was very hard to get it here. Different engines, different drivelines, very expensive. So they decided to build their own. So they ordered the nose from Australia, ordered the normal Stralis, and put these two together, to say it simple. And this is the result.
So they moved the cab. They moved the cab back and they put a bonnet on it.
Yeah.
And it's a wonderful DIY truck.
Yeah, well, that's a bit simple. That's some more technical details, but that's in fact what's happened.
Now you've been inside it. You're a professional driver. What do you think of driving a bonneted truck like this?
I love it. It's a bonneted truck. It's got a different feel. It's you're between the wheels. You're in the center of the truck. It's a completely different feel, and I love it. Yeah.
And they've sold 8 so far.
There's 8 sold. There's a lot of demand from all over Europe, and there's production capacity for about 50 a year. So looks very good.
There's a good opportunity. So with 8 sold, up to 50 to build. This is a perfect example. If you can't get what you want from the manufacturer, go to your dealer and he'll fix you up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just have it built.
So here we are on the official Iveco stand, where one of the star attractions is this Massif. It's a rugged utilitarian vehicle for hard work. Powered by 176 horsepower, 3-litre engine from the Daily. It's got the credentials to really give Iveco some product to attack this market. Elsewhere on the Iveco stand, what have we got? 6.3-ton ultra-lightweight Stralis, hybrid Eurocargo, hybrid Daily. Things are looking pretty good for Iveco at the moment. The All Blacks rugby sponsorship features prominently. as you'd expect, has spent a lot of money on this. And while Iveco Stralis was unsuccessful in its bid for International Truck of the Year this year, in the UK, Truck and Driver magazine has made it its driver's choice for 2008.
You're watching RTTV live from the Amsterdam Truck Show in association with Chevron Global Lubricants. You'd expect a company like Volvo to have impeccable green credentials, and indeed it has. And as part of its CO2-free truck program, it's offering operators the proposed 7 alternative fuels, those 7 being DME, biodiesel, synthetic diesel, methanol and ethanol, biogas, biogas and biodiesel, hydrogen and biogas. And for good measure, they've even thrown in a diesel-electric hybrid, this thing here. And here's really the problem. There are just too many alternatives for operators to make a choice upon. Indeed, it probably won't be their choice to make. The running on this has got to be made by the truck manufacturers and the fuel providers, because they're the ones in the best position to say which are the truly viable alternatives. My guess for RTTV, DME, which is made from wood pulp and cellulose, and synthetic diesel. The trouble is, without making those choices, we really can't see the wood for the trees. And I know it's an issue that Andy has problems with as well. Andy.
Thanks, Brian. The legislators have clearly got to make their mind up. On the one hand, in Europe, we've got the emissions protocols, so-called Euro 5, Euro 6, which looks at a whole series of exhaust emissions, primarily NOx. On the other hand, we've got national schemes. In London, we've got the low-emission zone, where the main motivation is to reduce carbon dioxide, the so-called greenhouse gas, and that's by improving fuel efficiency. Now, these two pieces of legislation are directly opposing, because if you reduce NOx, you impact on fuel economy. Reduce fuel economy to reduce the greenhouse gas effect, and you impact on NOx. So you can't do both together and have the best solution. The legislators have to make their mind up. It's a crazy situation.
Is there nothing the Dutch won't do with regard to converting vehicles? This might look like an Iconic, your standard Mercedes refuse collection chassis. In fact, it's a new low-emission tractor developed in conjunction with Vos Logistics. Standard 1828 engine inside, automatic gearbox, but it runs on CNG and LNG and has a most unusual high roof cab on top. How unusual? Well, it's a top pod sleeper. Hop in, keep your head down, close the floor, curl up for the night, and you're there.
Wherever you look at Amsterdam, there's van news, van news, van news. 200 horsepower transit gives you the performance to stay at maximum speed all the time. Perfect for express deliveries. Join me as we take a whistle-stop tour of all the latest van news. Come on. Come on. Opel Sports Performance Van. This is really a move by the van manufacturers to make the vehicles more acceptable. Pimp my van. Hyundai's H300 was a little bit of a surprise appearance here at Rye. It's got a 2.5 litre diesel engine, kicking out about 170 horsepower. Looks stylish.
Here it is.
Volkswagen's Caddy Maxi. They've extended the wheelbase and extended the rear overhang to give you, the user, more space. One more to see. Come on. And rest. International Van of the Year 2008 is the Sevel range of medium-sized vans. In Fiat format, they call it the Scudo. That's the van tour, but there's just one more van that I need to find. I found it. The Citroen Nemo. It's an old joke, I know. It's one of the only world premieres here at the Rye, and it's a new market entry for Sevel, that is of course Citroen, Peugeot and Fiat, into this light compact van sector. We've got the Citroen Nemo, got Peugeot Bipper and the Fiat Fiorino. I've got Rob Handyside. Hello Rob.
Hi. Commercial
Vehicle Operations Manager for Citroen. He's going to tell us all about Citroen Nemo.
Thanks Andy. I think today is a really exciting day for us. Back in 1996, if you cast your mind back, we introduced the Berlingo van.
Absolutely.
And what Berlingo did is compact van sector. That's what Nemo is going to do with the sector as well. It's going to reinvent a new sector beneath the compact van sector, I think, which is the subcompact, or as you've referred to, the light compact sector. Why do I say that? Well, if you look at the credentials of the van, you will see that it carries virtually the same payload as, for example, many vans in the compact sector now, 610 kilograms in fact.
Sure.
But also, what it also does is it has 2.5 cubic meters of load space, and also 1.5 meters of load length, with an additional meter of load length with the seat folded down. And that's giving you a van with all of the capability of many of the vans in the compact sector, but in a vehicle which has a footprint of under 4 meters. And
Fantastic.
That's quite a new thing.
That's fantastic. Thanks Rob, that's brilliant. Thank
Cheers.
you.
So Andy, the end of day 2 on RTTV, that's us sorted out for the show. And before we get down to the real battle, what's been the highlights of the ride for you?
A fantastic show again, Brian. As the chairman of the Truck of the Year, you'd have to say that handing over the trophy to the MAN TG Series has been one of the highlights. And also, of course, a Van of the Year victory for Sevel.
Right, so as far as I'm concerned, one of the highlights has been this kind of inside track EGR at Euro 5. SCR, AdBlue, a lot of operators don't want that, so they can now get EGR Euro 5 from MAN and Scania.
Absolutely. Vans, I think, we tend to focus quite a lot on the truck side on RTTV, but one of the big issues from Rye has been the plethora of new van launches. Lots of activity in that as the market continues to push towards light vehicles.
Well, I've loved the local solutions, including the Iconic with the Voss Logistics tractor and the Strator. If you can't get what you want from the manufacturer, go to the dealer, and over here they'll build what you want.
Yeah, and I guess the recurring theme and the big trend going forward for road transport is the environmental issues. The industry's waking up to its environmental responsibility. I think we're going to see this as a big theme going forward for the next few years of shows.
Okay, mate, well, that's us from RTTV and Chevron Global Lubricants. I think it's game on. Come on, come on. Oh.
Every day, it seems, in the newspaper, on the evening news, talk of oil, energy, the environment. People talk of solutions, solar, wind, hydrogen, but they talk of the future. What about today? Where are the answers now in a world that demands more energy, yet demands a cleaner environment? Right now, we're the largest producer of geothermal energy in the world. It's the Earth's heat. It's clean, renewable, and we've been producing it for 40 years. Today, we generate enough geothermal energy to power 7 million homes. Imagine that, an oil company as part of the solution. This is the power of human energy.